Hey everyone, I'm Nathan and welcome back to BeamNG Drive, and today we're going to be discovering the brand new point whatever update. I think it's 19. Anyway, it's a big number because the BeamNG Drive team does many updates and good ones. Anyway, today the update has brought us two main things. The first one being this car, the Cherrier Vivace. There's also the Cherrier Tograc, but more on that later. And this island, which has been in the game for quite some time, but in this update it has been remastered. Naturally, it is my duty to give it the beans and see what this car can do. Power! Oh, nearly stalled there. Right, that would not have been good. Anyway, so this car is quite nimble for a little hatchback. Oh, no way, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, for God's sake. As I was saying, this is a nimble little car. It's not the fastest in the straight line, as you can see. I have got my foot glued to the floor now, and we're doing all of 120 kilometers an hour. Oh, no! What kind of a bush is that? That is the world's deadliest bush. Look at what it's done to my car. This car is, it's the first in BeamNG to have different drive modes. So there's comfort. Now we've just switched it into sport. And then there's the, suicidal mode, basically. It turns all the traction control and stability control off. And the best thing about this is that it changes the colour of the interior ambient lighting. So if I put it back into comfort mode, you'll see that it's blue. In sport mode, it turns red and aggressive. And then when you put it into suicidal mode, it turns grey to remind you what colour your funeral's going to be. Anyway, enough on that car. That's the one we've been driving, the very most basic model. I think we should try out a sportier model. Screw it, we'll just go for the fastest straight away. The fastest production model, I should mention. This car, by the way, has an extra drive mode. It's called the Arsenic drive mode. No idea why, but we're going to be using the suicidal mode, which I like particularly. And let's just see what it can do. Power! God, that is fast. That is fast. We're doing 100 already. That is seriously fast. And it sticks to the road like nothing is... Oh, tunnel. Good opportunity to... Oh, brake, you bastard! Let me just reverse there, a bit embarrassingly. As I was saying, this is a tunnel. Good opportunity to test this car's entertainment factor. Power! God, that sounds good, that pump sound. I really like the way it sounds. Now, obviously, when you've got 400 horsepower, you don't want to get too carried away, like I just did there. Oh, that's going to hurt. Oh! Ow. And we're in the water. Right, coming back to that same corner. This time I'm slowing down a bit, not to go off it. Also, another thing I've noticed in this update is that it seems that they've made the dual clutch gearboxes a bit more responsive. So look, I'm going along here in whatever gear I am, not sure, but when I floor it, the gearbox cuts in very quickly and gives me maximum revs and power. And power means speed, which is good. Oh my god, this is not going to end well. Oh no. Cack. Anyway, that is enough of that. I thought we'd now have a look at the electric Vivace E. Now, electric cars are obviously known for their ludicrous straight line speed and acceleration. Let's see what this one can do. Power! That is utterly disappointing. However, there is an electric version of the Tograc. Now, if I go into performance, I can see that this one has 360 horsepower, which should be good for a 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds. Okay, power! Oh yeah, that is quite fast. It's hauling its weight very well. Oh, yeah, don't want to get too carried away in the corners. 120, 130, 140. God, that is fast for a little crossover. As you can see, we have now arrived at a dirt track, which gives me an opportunity to show you this car. This one is the Tograc 150 DQX DCT, which, according to BeamNG Drive, comes with the optional all-terrain package. So the Tograc has a 4-cylinder diesel engine. It's not very powerful, only 150 horses, but it's quite torquey. And it has an off-road mode, which is orange. Well, there's only one way to find out if it's any good. Let's test it on this little path. Oh, I just saw a tunnel there. We'll go and visit that in a minute. But first, let's see if it makes easy work of this path, which it should, because, well, any car should be able to come on here. Okay, I'm bored now. I'm just going to floor it. Put it in sport mode. Yes. Speed and power. Speed and power. Speed and power was not a good idea. Oh, shit. Right, we're now coming onto a sandy beach, and we're doing a big slide in the Tograc. Big slide the other way. Slides well, this car. Good sliding. Oh, that's not going to be a good idea. Oh! Oh, look! I've given it rear wheel steering. Moving things swiftly on now to this tunnel that we saw just a minute ago. First, we have to get there. It'll just give us a bit of an idea of what this car is like to drive off-road. Well, so far so good. Off-road traction control working well. Plenty of articulation. And we're stuck. Right, I'll just give it more power. And that worked, I think. Yes, it worked. I think we're going to struggle here, if I'm completely honest. Right, come on. Come on, speed. Right, where the wheels aren't turning. Clearly the only thing to do is to turn the traction control completely off, put the car into neutral, floor it, and then force it into drive, and that didn't work. Which doesn't really matter, because it gives me the opportunity to try out this, the Ibishu Hopper, whatever it is, crawler version. This thing is a beast. Power, power! Oh no, that was not a good idea. Oh my god, oh, do not flip over now. If not, everyone will call me Rich Hammond. Don't want that. Holy moly. Come on, power! Oh. We just need to lock the differentials, put it into low range, and now we're unstoppable. Yes, look at that wheel articulation. It seems that we've now reached a little river of some sort. I'm gonna go that way. And the turning circle is utterly shit. Okay, now that we've chosen a direction and turned around, let's continue exploring. Oh, that's a dead end. So I'll have to reverse. That path to the left looks a bit too narrow, which means I'm going to have to reverse all the way back to where I came from. Situation update, I can't be asked to turn around, so I'm just going to reverse all the way out and see what happens. I may come to regret this, but so far things are working well. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Yes, now all I need to do is reverse it. No! Don't go into the water, you stupid car. Don't flood the engine, that would be a mistake. I have no idea where we are now. Not the slightest clue. Anyway, I'm just going to go in this direction. Oh. Oh, cock. Speed and power always works in off-road. And it seems we're back on a beach. Turn, you bastard. Right, yes. Good. I think it is now time to try out the rally version of the Cherrier Vivace. Power! God, look at that. Blinding acceleration, and it drifts very well. A bit of a jump here. That was a mistake. Yep. I think the passengers of this car will agree with me. Donating the Cherrier Vivace. Okay, so let's see how good the Cherrier Vivace Rally Edition is on these twisty, mountainous dirt paths. It's fast. I think you'll agree with me on that. But the speed is just immense. Oh, that was a corner. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh! Cocking Nora. Damn it. Slow down here because there's a very tight corner. And then accelerate out of it. Speed and power always works. I have no idea what's coming up. Oh, that was coming up. Maybe I should have slowed down for that. Oh, for God's sake, would you stop stalling your stupid car? Well, to be fair, it was my lack of skills that stalled the car, not the car itself. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, power, that's difficult to get over. And, well, we didn't get over it. Oh no, I've rolled over. Anyway, I'm going to try and be a bit more careful this time. Oh, for God's sake. Right, forget being careful. Power! And again, that was a huge fail on my part. Anyway, moving on now. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this in a rally car. That is something that's just crossed my mind right there. Cock. Anyway, this rally car is clearly more suited to normal gravel tracks like this. And, ooh, what is this? It looks like some sort of thing. And I stalled again. But as I've said several times in my short career, if at first you don't succeed, speed and power is what you need. So, we're going to do some of that. Oh my god, that was close. Many poos would have shot out the anus of the driver of this car, had he been real, obviously. Oh, for God's sake! God, that was difficult. Oh, for goodness sake. Now, don't fall off again. Okay, let's try and get somewhere without stalling or without falling off. This is definitely not the place for a rally car. It is now time for us to move on to a racetrack here in the US of A with the hill climb version of the Cherrier Vivace. Our bloody hell fire! That turbo, once it gets going, it is brutal. It takes a long time to get going, but once it gets going, The brakes are... God, that was braking late there. Turning into the corner hard. Drifting. Ooh. This car handles beautifully, and it also spins out of control beautifully. Okay, we're coming up to the main straight here. We should be able to unleash the beast and power. Right, 200, 220, 240, and... Oh, I've run out of gears. Okay, this bit I always get wrong, and I just did there. But anyway, just think of it as a shortcut. Okay, last corner. Do not crash into the wall, and I've crashed into the wall. Anyway, it's time to forget my complete incompetence and come to the drag strip. Power and speed. Come on, we've got to win this. We have got more power, and that's 100 already. Come on, come on, stay ahead, stay ahead. No, no, don't. Oh, for God's sake. Yep, that's crossovers for you. They're just less aerodynamic. However, I still think I can win by ever so slightly skipping the start, as I just did there. And yes, pulling ahead nicely. Okay, now I just need to stay ahead with my foot pinned to the floor, and that strategy is definitely not working. Moving swiftly on now, we're back with the Vivace hill climb bonkers vehicle, monster, whatever you want to call it. And this time we're going to race against a more powerful electric variant of the Hirochi Sunburst, or SBR4, whatever it is. Once again, this is petrol versus electricity. Hopefully I will be able to defend the honour of the internal combustion engine. Power! But that was a bad start. But I'm now pulling away at a blinding rate, and the electric car has just caught up. Oh, that was close. That was very close, but I think I can win. Now you see, all I have to do is swap the 6-speed sequential gearbox for a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, not the diesel version. And hopefully that will give me a good start and a few more gears, so it'll be better, I think. Anyway, let's find out. This time I will be putting my faith in the launch control. Oh my god, that was a fast start. That would have been really, really harsh inside the car. But the important thing is I'm winning. Only just, but that was a victory and I shall take it and run. Now you're probably thinking that all of these speed tests are irrelevant. No one buys a Cherrier Vivace and then takes it to the drag strip or goes around a track or crashes into a tree or does any of those things. Most people will just be cruising around town taking their kids to school in comfort mode. So what is the car like to drive like that? Well, in one word, it's very boring. And I'd much rather be going above the speed limit and crash into something like this lamppost or that barrier. Now obviously this would not be a thorough test if I didn't find out if the electric Tograc can do donuts. Well, I think now is the appropriate time to do just that. So let's give it the beans, see if it will do donuts. No, it's just spinning its rear left wheel. And no, I just ended up in the pool. Talking of which, is it possible to take your electric Cherrier Tograc into a pool and then drive it back out again? Well, thankfully I'm here to answer just those questions with this, once again, very thorough and scientific test of the Tograc. Okay, most cars could cope with this sort of depth, in most crossovers at least, but we can go even deeper as we're an electric car, so we haven't got any engines to flood. Let's go one more. Oh, that's quite deep, so we're now completely underwater, and things are working well. Okay, we're going even deeper now, and I'm stuck. And now we're in the deepest end. No, it's still a deeper end to go to. So there you have it. You can drive your Cherrier Tograc into the water and then back out again, provided that you have a way of getting back out, which we don't here. I mean, I say that, but we can always try to get out with a bit of speed and power, electrical power, obviously. And that was a catastrophic failure. Anyway, we must now move it on to another aspect of this update, and that is a new scenario that has been added. It says it's hard, but how hard can it be? Okay, so the first thing we have to do is couple the trailer up, which should be easy. I say should. It all comes down to my level of incompetence. Okay, reverse it up nice and easily, and oh, shit. Okay, it attached itself. Good. Okay, do I go left or do I go right? I'm going to go left because, well, I have a hand on the steering wheel and a hand on the mouse, and it just makes it easier to turn left. I know, I'm a lazy bastard, but what can you do? Power, come on! Oh, it's bloody slow, this thing. I mean, it's got a 6 litre V8 or something, and it's only doing whatever speed we're doing now. Do not spin out of control. That would be a bad thing. Okay. Rigorously turning in there. Right, don't want to come into this corner too fast, because that would be a disaster. Oh, schnitzel. Oh, that is... No. Oh my god, oh my god. Brakes locking up there, brakes locking up. That was scary. Okay, this is downhill. We should be able to get some serious speed up here. 120 kilometers an hour. And for some reason we can't go any faster. Come on, Rev! Come on, you useless piece of junk. Why won't it go any faster? Doesn't matter, because we're going to have to slow down here anyway. And my crate's just fallen off. No, it hasn't. No, you see, you say those things, but... Okay, I think it's pretty close to falling, and it's fallen off. I have failed. However, my failure is irrelevant, as my immense patience and skill has enabled me to come back here without a single scratch on my vehicle. So, taking this turn nice and slowly to avoid any further damage to the merchandise, whatever it is. Possibly drugs. Anyway, coming up to a sharp corner here. I shall use the handbrake and see if that works. Are you ready? And yeah, it worked, sort of. Getting a bit of wheel slippage here up the hill, as this truck is only rear-wheel drive, and it looks like we're already at the end of our excursion. Okay, just park it here. The delivery is complete. And I only got 10 points out of 30 for using one of the 3 roads. Well, I guess we can use the others. So this time we shall go right and take one of the other routes available. Come on, power. 40, 50, 60. Yeah, it's not fast. Really not fast. Oh, that's quite a sharp turn. Oh my god, did not expect that. Oh no, don't fall off the edge. That would be a bad mistake. No! This is a sharp bend, so we should be careful not to run into those rocks or anything. Oh my god. Cack. Anyway, we're back where I failed miserably earlier. Hopefully this time it won't be quite a bloodbath. Now you see we have a choice of 2 here. Clearly there's only one way to choose. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, where do I want to go? Up there. I'll just go up there. It's easier. Do not mess this turn up. And I very nearly did just that, but I didn't quite. Giving it beans here. Oh my god. Do not come off this road. Gee, this is perilous. Utterly perilous. Oh my god. Oh my. That was close. I'm going to have to drive responsibly from now on to avoid any calamities. Oh my god, that ironically actually put the crate in a more secure position. As a responsible driver, it is my duty to use my headlights in this slightly darker area. Obviously, for safety reasons, they must be used, because as you've probably noticed, I care quite a lot about my safety and the safety of others. Power! Come on! Come on! Oh my god, that was a bad decision. Anyway guys, it is now time to end this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, like it, share it and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos coming soon. But until then, bye for now guys. The speed! Feel the speed! Ah, cack! Ow! Flying through the air. Ow! Well, thank goodness for the roll cage.